What a matchup we have for you tonight. LeBron James in the 50,000-point club and Luka Doncic, the game's most dynamic duo, and the Lakers are red hot as they get ready to face the Knicks.
Having the dynamic duo of Luka and LeBron starting to gel, starting to click.
He fires up a three and he's got it. And a little shrug by Luka.
Luka is becoming more Luka every single game. You're seeing how comfortable he is in this offense.
Doncic off to a very fast start tonight in LA.
He's shaping into form. And boy, if he starts getting back to the level that he was playing offensively last year, watch out, West.
Bron and Luka are, two of the best players in the league. I feel like we can, go out there and compete against everybody.
10 in the quarter for LeBron James. Doncic had the big first quarter. LeBron's got 16 now, and he leads the Lakers in scoring.
There's no way I'm running up and down the court playing 82 games. Comparable numbers to an MVP season. It's insane what LeBron is doing at this age.
I think, everybody gets along. That's really important. We're well connected.
And looking again for Hayes. He finds LeBron instead. LeBron, three-pointer is good.
And it's been a long time since LeBron has had open and easy looks like that.
LeBron James, we're tied. LBJ. Set up for a finish tonight. Doncic trying to shake him. Towns staying with him. Tough shot. Oh, Luka Doncic. That's a little magic right there. Lakers in front, can add to it. Doncic over Towns. Oh, my! Oh!
Luka lives for these moments right here. Too much space for Luka the Don. Just too much Luka, too much Bron, and...
Talk about Luka magic. Talk about the Showtime Lakers. They're both on display here tonight.
I think we have a great team. We have great players. Chemistry's building. They're all great guys, so I'm just happy to be part of this.
And the Los Angeles Lakers have won their 8th straight. Doncic 35-12, LeBron 31-12, and the Lakers put the finishing touches on them in overtime.
All right, so 8 straight wins for the red-hot Los Angeles Lakers, but it's more than just that. Look at their last 24 games. 20-4, their clutch record 11-1. Defensively is where they have really taken a leap, and there has been so much talk since the Luka trade that they didn't have the big man, but when you look at the rest of their lineup, they are massive. Yeah. It's a very big team, and defensively they're showing it.
Well, you just said it. They've got incredible positional size at every other position, meaning that allows them to play bigger. And then they've got guys that are just committed to getting after it. Like the one advantage they have, like when you got, like they don't just have 2 great players. They got 2 all-time great players. And so that means now that supporting cast, they can focus on other stuff. That's why they've been so good. If you watch them play, they win the loose ball battle. They win the 50-50 ball battle. They get the deflections. They're gonna compete on the rebounding. And now they're shooting the 3 well. And so because of those 2 guys, it really allows them to dictate and control tempo. And they're going to be a challenge if they can continue to stay healthy. I think that's got to be a little bit of a concern. But I got to tell you, I did not think they would be this good this soon. They've been impressive.
Yeah, they've been great. I think a lot of people thought like LeBron was so ball dominant he couldn't play off the ball and Luka was going to have to figure it out. But LeBron's like, I can play off the ball. And you got to think, if I'm Luka getting down here, I'm swinging the ball. LeBron, who's can shoot, that's shooting the ball at a high clip and then also getting by you to get downhill. There's really nothing you can do. But like GA said, we spoke about it earlier, they have a lot of athletic wings that can defend at a high level that don't care about getting shots, don't care about having the ball. They just want to play defense, get extra possessions, 50-50 balls. And whenever you have 2 guys like Luka and LeBron that can win you games, get you there in the clutch, and LeBron was doing it before Luka got there, now you add a guy like that that's more motivated, with all the bad talks of saying this and that, of not being in shape and or doing those things. He's loving LA now. He's in Hollywood, and he's playing like Luka the Don, we know.
And it's kind of crazy, too, because he has been playing better, as far as scoring anyways, as of late. But the shooting numbers are still down compared to what he's used to. I mean, he's still going to get, theoretically, he is still going to get better. And they're already flying right now.
Yeah, he'll get better, and that'll make a big difference. But what I do like, if you watch them, he's competing defensively. And that was one of the big concerns. You heard all the scuttlebutt coming out of Dallas after the trade to try and justify, well, you know, he didn't commit on that end. And you don't have to be an all-defensive performer if you're Luka Doncic. You just got to be engaged. And when you've got his size and his strength and his defensive instincts, because, you know, rebounding's the last line of defense. He's a great rebounder for his position. I think, you know, he's had some games where he's had 14, 15 rebounds already for the Lakers. And so that's why when you don't have that big center in an age where you don't have dominant centers, it allows them to have an opportunity to be a real force and a factor in that Western Conference.
So we look at their schedule coming up here, their next 5 games, and it's going to be a challenging 5 games when you look at it right here with Boston, Brooklyn, Milwaukee, Denver, and then Phoenix. I mean, John, when you're looking at this team right now, they're second in the West. As far as contenders are concerned, are we talking just a West contender, or are we talking championship contender here right now?
Like GA said, nobody expecting to be this good this early. You know what I mean? Because you're just still trying to figure out your chemistry, trying to get guys back healthy. I think they're definitely a contender in the Western Conference. Nobody expected this early. We know how dominant Luka and LeBron is, but I think the next 5 games is a good stretch to have 4 great teams they have to play. Brooklyn, a team that's been playing well, but not in the playoff hunt. So you kind of see where they stack up. You know, tomorrow they have a great game against Boston.
And keep in mind, they've won 8 in a row, but the 2 losses they had that would have prevented them from winning 14 in a row were to 2 teams that were non-playoff teams.
That's right.
If you go prior to those 2 losses, they beat all good teams as well. So, like, that's what's most impressive. You know, you see the win streaks from good teams, you expect that. But the level of competition that they play, if you look at that 8-game win streak, look who they've beaten in that stretch. I think they've beaten the Knicks twice. They've beaten Boston. They've beaten Denver. They've beaten Minnesota twice. They've beaten the Clippers 3 times. Like, they're getting quality wins as well during this stretch.
It's been a fun story, man, seeing the Lakers and doing what they're doing, especially with Luka Doncic here. On Friday, speaking of Luka, this is a massive game. You got Luka, you got Nikola Jokic. That's part of the second of our doubleheader. Overall pick in 2010. You look at the numbers for his career, 5-time NBA All-Star, led the NBA in total assists back in 2013, 2014, which kind of surprised John, by the way, when he saw that, and the Wizards' all-time leader in assists. And still, do you know how much you averaged that year, by the way, in assists? You got total assists that year, but do you know how much you averaged?
Maybe like 11.3, 11.4.
That year was 8.8.
8.8?
But you led the league in assists. Total
That's what it was. Okay.
All right. So we got 2 great point guards here from different eras, right? So it's the best of both worlds. We're going to create the perfect point guard in today's game. We're going to let you run point on this, okay? So no AI. You're taking care of this right here. We're going to break down some of the different categories. Let's start with athleticism. Who would you pick right now?
I got to go Ja Morant. He's the athleticism he has is out of this world. We've seen so many spectacular dunks that we don't expect from a guy that size, and the way he can jump is a freak of nature, so I'm taking Ja Morant.
Oh, I love Ja Morant. There's no question about his athleticism, but it's also his speed and ability to play in the half and full court.
Throw a little Cade Cunningham in the mix, too. That might be kind of nice, right?
Listen, I think Cade Cunningham might be next.
No, he's for sure my guy.
Cade Cunningham is an incredible talent. He's got the size.
Yes.
The shooting range. He's a great passer, and his ability to play that pick and roll and the chemistry he's developing with Durant. Woo!
Yeah, that's it. If
Watch
you gotta
out.
say like size and athleticism, I'm definitely going Cade Cunningham and Ja Morant together.
Okay, so shot making, this one seems kind of obvious, but I'm still going to throw it to you. Who's your shot maker?
Yeah.
Shooting, I'm going Steph Curry.
Oh, okay.
Night.
Yeah.
What's it like playing against Steph, though? I mean, come on.
For me, it was tough because at that time he'd run off so many screens. Like one-on-one, I was fine. I think I did a great job guarding him, but when he throw the ball and you relax for 1 second, that's when you're at your worst when you're guarding Steph Curry. You can never take no time off, and for me, it was difficult because I had to run the offense on this end and chase him on that end, so it was very difficult.
I've said Steph Curry is the most difficult player to defend maybe in the history of the game because you had to guard him when he didn't have it.
Right.
Most guys, to John's point, when they got it, you got a chance. Defense is loaded. Steph's ability to play without it is unmatched.
And some of those shots he's still hitting. That one against Brooklyn the other day was just ridiculous. When we talk about vision, who's the point guard you're going to throw into the mix there?
I'm going Luka Doncic.
Okay.
I feel like he has Magic Johnson, Jason Kidd type ability. I mean, he's seen every coverage you can do in pick and roll with blitzes, but some of the passes he make, like I've made great passes in my career, but some of them behind the back passes look like he has nowhere to go. He's spectacular. He's like 6'8", 6'9".
Yeah, he's what I call a five-tooler as a passer, because there are some guys that can see it but can't necessarily make it. And he can do it all, from the full court passes, half court, in the pick and roll, in the paint, in traffic, touch pass. He's got the whole package.
All right, what about handles? Who's your guy for handles?
Prayers up to my guy Kyrie Irving, but that's the best handles in the NBA. Like, history for me. Like, it's like he has counters for counters. Like, no matter if you think you know his move, he has all the counters you can get to. He get into every spot he wants to, and there's just nothing you can do with Mr. Irving.
With those counters, is that like just off feel, or is he practicing? Like,
you don't have to. Like, sometimes, like for me, when I played, it's like, okay, you might know this move, but I got a counter that you don't know. Like, he has a counter for a counter for a counter. So it's like nothing you can do about it. You just hope you're having an off night scoring.
And the other thing that makes him great is footwork.
Oh, that's the, yes.
People, like his footwork with that handle is unreal. It's uncomfortable to have to guard something like that.
And two guys, him and Kimber, the lowest I ever seen get when they're making a crossover. So, like, they knee be basically scraping the ground when they're crossing over.
Yeah, hopefully Kyrie gets healthy. We want to see him back playing and contending for a championship again. Basketball IQ, who you put in the mix?
Still playing 20 years in the league, I got to go Chris Paul. The way he dictates the game for so many years. Even with the Spurs, you see how he got those guys rolling. He get them in the right situation. He knows the time and possession. There's nothing he doesn't know about the game and the way he runs the point guard position. And we forget what he brings with his leadership, getting steals on the defensive end. And I think he was a great fit for those young Spurs team to help those guys understand how to be professionals, how to be leaders, and how to develop. So I go Chris Paul with my IQ.
I can't argue with that one. He's probably the smartest ever.
After watching your highlights again, you should probably throw yourself in there a little bit too. Come on now, being a little humble.
Yeah, I got to take myself away from him. But they told me about who's playing right now, so I'm definitely going Chris Paul.
All right, fair enough. Well, that's a pretty good point guard right there when you put all that together. We got more highlights coming.